Imagine standing at the edge of a dimensional rift, a shimmering barrier that separates the known world from the chaotic, uncharted realms beyond. You've mastered your class, you've leveled up your skills, and you've survived the initial apocalypse. But now, the system is pushing you to cross over into zones where the rules of reality are fluid, the monsters are ancient, and the loot is legendary. Welcome to Threshold, the fifth explosive installment in Nicoli Gonnella's Unbound series. If you love deeply crunchy LitRPG progression, interdimensional exploration, and the sheer, unadulterated dopamine hit of watching a protagonist break through the limits of their current tier to unlock godlike potential, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in progression fantasy, blending tactical dungeon crawling with the awe-inspiring thrill of stepping into the unknown. The narrative kicks off with our protagonist having secured their position in the new world, only to realize that the Unbound status comes with a catch. The system demands growth, and the only way to get stronger is to cross the thresholds into higher-tier realms. The atmosphere is a brilliant mix of gritty post-apocalyptic survival and the surreal, awe-inspiring reality of alien landscapes where gravity shifts, time dilates, and magic behaves unpredictably. Gonnella excels at making the transition between realms feel like a high-stakes gamble, turning every step across the threshold, every new environmental hazard, and every encounter with a realm-native beast into a massive, hard-earned victory against an unstoppable tide of evolution. At the core of the book's addictive appeal is its brilliantly logical, deeply crunchy progression system and the spectacular interdimensional exploration trope. This isn't just about killing monsters for XP, it's about adapting your build to entirely new physics, unlocking realm-specific skills, and using the unique properties of each dimension to outsmart enemies who have lived there for millennia. Watching the protagonist min-max their stats for a zero-gravity combat zone, reverse-engineer the magic of a shadow realm, and completely shock the local elites with their sudden reality-bending abilities is incredibly satisfying. The audiobook narration brings the visceral impact of the combat and the satisfying, chiming ding of a massive level up to life, making every milestone feel like a hard-earned victory. But beyond the stats and the dimensional travel, the soul of Unbound lies in its characters and the heavy burden of being a pioneer. The protagonist isn't just a cold, calculating min-maxer. They are a deeply human individual, struggling with the isolation of being one of the few who can cross the thresholds. He quickly forms bonds with a beautifully dysfunctional found family of fellow explorers and realm natives who help him navigate the treacherous waters of interdimensional politics. The banter is razor-sharp, providing much-needed levity as his friends watch him casually walk into a dimension of pure fire just to test a new resistance skill. Their unbreakable trust in him provides the emotional grounding needed when the world starts throwing literal reality-breaking threats their way. As the plot accelerates towards its climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. A massive, high-tier threat from beyond the thresholds breaches into the human world, forcing the protagonist to push their abilities to their absolute limits. The finale is a spectacular display of tactical brilliance, overwhelming multidimensional firepower, and raw, unbridled ingenuity. The protagonist doesn't just survive the assault, he completely shatters the local power scaling, using a ridiculous, highly technical combination of realm hopping and skill synergy to turn the enemy's ultimate attack into a mere stepping stone. The payoff is spectacular, delivering a massive dopamine-fueled victory that proves the most dangerous class in the system isn't the one with the biggest sword, it's the one who controls the boundaries of reality. Threshold is a triumph of the LitRPG and sci-fi fantasy genres. It is smart, action-packed, and unapologetically addictive. Nicoli Gonnella has crafted a milestone book that perfectly captures the thrill of breaking the apocalypse by stepping into the unknown. Plug in your headphones, check your dimensional anchors, and join the explorer. The world is small, but the multiverse is vast.